What is up, everybody? This is Eric, the one and only barrier collector, and today I am doing a game review of one of my personal favorite games for the PlayStation 1, and that game happens to be Silhouette Mirage for the PlayStation. Now, this game, there's one of the main reasons I like this game. Number one, it brings me back nostalgia from back in the days because originally I had this game for the Sega Saturn. I had the Japanese import for the Sega Saturn, and it brings me back memories to the Saturn and to a very special game shop that used to be locally in the area. If you guys are from San Leandro, California, back in the days in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was this retro game shop called Game Masters, and I used to frequent that a lot back in the days, and it brings me back memories of that time. But not only that, Silhouette Mirage, the Saturn version, the Japanese one, was my very first taste on an import game. Before that, I've never played imports, and Silhouette Mirage was probably, I want to say, if not one of the first import game I've ever played. And also, I don't know, I'm deciding whether or not to put this video as part of my sub-series of games too expensive to own, because this game is going for a few dollars on eBay, and it's not a really cheap game, but you can get a loose copy of it without the manual or the case, just a pure CD, and it'll probably go for less money. So you can say that this game is probably one of those games that are too expensive to own. But anyways, to give you a background story of the game, like I said, I picked it up as a Japanese import for the Saturn. Fell in love with it because basically what this game is, before I go any further, it's a 2D side-scrolling action game. And one of the special things about this game is that you see how the main character, her name is Shira or Shina, or forgot her name. I think it's I want to say her name is Shina Nira Shina. But anyways, Shina Nira Shina, yeah. So anyways, I have to look at my notes. But anyways, the story goes that in the near future, humans became either Silhouette or Mirage. And if you see the color on the character, either red or blue. And so this specific character has the power to be both. So in other words, when you attack an enemy, when you're playing it, you have to, if you want to attack a red enemy, you have to be facing the blue side of yourself. And if you want to attack a blue enemy, you got to be red, and vice versa. And that was one of the special things about the game. And basically you're Shira Nira Shira. You're basically called upon because a machine called the Edo, I can't pronounce it because this is like a lot of Japanese influence on the names, has taken over, and you're out to go explore to see what's going on. But the trick is you have a certain time frame to go about your mission. So basically, the game is similar, I want to say it's similar to Gunstar Heroes, and it's actually, this one was made by Working Designs, the PlayStation version, but the original game, the Saturn game, was actually made by Treasure. Yeah, so that's why you can see it has a lot of the influences to Gunstar Heroes. And, it plays in that similar fashion. And, to go further with the game, you control the character. You have the ability to switch sides so you can attack the enemies. But yeah, you go in and discover to see what went on. But this game, the Saturn version of the game, was basically developed by Treasure and ESP. It came out back in 1998. I remember getting the game. I had a lot of fun with it. And I got really excited when I saw that they localized it in North America. So in January of 2000, they released the North American version. But this version was released by one of my favorite video game companies, and that's Working Designs. They localized the game in English, and they did a lot of changes. Now, I played the Saturn game, played this one obviously, but I did not play the PlayStation Japanese version of the game. The difference between the Saturn Japanese version and the PlayStation Japanese version is that it included like extra characters like the Grim Reaper. And then when it got localized to North America, Working Designs made it a little bit tougher, added more cutscenes, and changed a little bit of the gameplay and all that. So it became, I feel like Working Designs made the game more polished than when it was released in the Saturn. But anyways, I love this game. This game is really, really fun. I have the manual for it and everything. And one thing that I love about Working Designs is that they do, at the end of their manuals, they do a translation notes. And you know, they don't do this to games like this anymore. And they put a lot of love in their games. But when they release these specific games from Working Designs, they put a lot of love into them. And then this game does have a playable demo of the game Lunar 2. So it has an exclusive movie of the game, because Working Designs, you know, they also localized Lunar 2. Which is another game that I own as well, and it's another game that I love as well. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of the gameplay of the game. I actually have my PS1 right here. I actually have one of those screens, PS1 mini on the game. I'm gonna put it in, and let's power it up. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Hopefully the picture is clear. I know the sound is very, very crisp. So I'm gonna go ahead and trying to fit the screen. Sorry guys for the movement of the camera, but let's try it out. There it is. There it is. And then it also has some anime cutscenes, and it's actually pretty cool. Doesn't have a lot of anime cutscenes. It does have cutscenes, but not anime style. But there's some intros that are in anime. But this game, you know, you'll see, it's a fun game. I'll go ahead and play a little bit, a little bit of a quick anime on the thing, and then I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna try to move the camera just a little bit. There it is. Oh, and another thing about the game is that it has 2 endings. I think it has at least 2 endings to the game. A good ending and a bad ending, but I don't remember because it's been a long time since I played it. But it does have endings. It all depends on the time, because, like I said, the game is actually the whole game is timed. So yeah, and that's one of the interesting things of this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it. I just wanted you guys see a little bit of the anime sequences.
Initialized.
So I'm gonna go ahead and skip the tutorial. It gives you a tutorial of how to play the game, but I'm gonna skip it. And it gives you kind of like the story. Music is really good in this game. Just gonna go ahead and start the game. Long intro, you guys. So it gives you a lot of the background story of what's going on.
Scanning targets in range. Scanning targets in range. Scanning targets in range.
Sorry, I'm pausing the game. I kind of forgot the controls. So there you go. So she's now in one mode. And then see, she turned blue. So she does a suicide bomb right there. Okay, there we go. So see, when you're in the same color as the enemies, I don't think you'll get hurt, but you can get some damage, but it'll take away from your power meter. So that meter at the top, that's turning red and blue, or purple, or whatever color it is, it actually, what it is, it's your health. The one below it is your like your not your magic, but your other power, the energy from your power. And then the coins you collect to buy more weapons. And then if you press a certain button, you hit a shield, which will reflect the enemy's power. You can double jump. I forgot you could double jump. See how long I haven't played this game in a while, so. See this bunny right here? If you talk to him, you can buy items from them. But I just got attacked. And if you press the triangle button, it switches your polarity side. So now you're. So see how I'm getting owned right now. And also the less power you got, the more your weapons get weaker. That's another thing. And then there's some other, you collect little triangles, you'll get your health back. To actually made it to the next level. So yeah, pretty much I'm gonna stop it here for the gameplay. This has been a quick gameplay of the game. You see my PlayStation 1 Slim, my portable screen right there. But anyways, let me turn this off. So basically this one game actually brought the not the spiritual successor to it, because there is no sequels or anything to this game, but another game that was released by Treasure later down the line that implemented the this same style of gameplay was the shooter Ikagura that came out, and you know, that one was like a bullet shooter where you absorb the red pellets if they're red, and same thing, same concept as this. So pretty much that game, this game brought that game into production, and it was made by Treasure as well, I believe. But yeah, pretty much this was a quick gameplay. Do I recommend this game? Definitely. If you guys can pick up a copy of this game, get it. This is a true hidden gem. It's also one of those games, you know, I believe that Working Designs made some really good, they brought in a bunch of really good games in their lineup. And this is one of them. And, you know, it's a 2D side scroller, and I believe it still stands the test of time. And it's kind of funny how they haven't, you know, they released other games kind of like Gunstar Heroes. You've been seeing those games in, like, you know, like the Genesis collections and things like that. But I believe that this game should come out. You know, this would be a great game to have on the Switch. It would be really fun. But since maybe it's a PlayStation baby, I don't know if they'll release it on the Switch, or release it on the PlayStation 4, or bring out another sequel, or bring out another game similar, you know, in this style. But anyways, you guys tell me what you think of the game. Leave your comments below. Give me a like, thumbs up, and please help me get that 100 plus subscriber goal I'm trying to reach. And anyways, this has been Eric the Bear Collector. Peace out.